Dopest Podcast Deadpool 3 features High Off Life again and Ghost of Tsushima State of Play. I feel like it has to be said. I feel like it has to be said like that sometimes. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
Hey.
Tsushima.
A whirlwind of a week.
Yep.
Like, the first part of this news, I don't really feel like it's news. I just feel like people are kind of just not catching on because I guess it's been, 2 years now since Deadpool 2? And people are like, where's the third one? Oh, and before we go any further, tonight's background replays in the background, and the reason that's
The battle's about to start. Good luck.
Because Ultra Instinct Goku. It's basically because of Ultra Instinct Goku. I had to switch the audio to my ears real quick as opposed to my TV. So, Deadpool 3. The news that I've heard is that nobody knows what's going on with it. Nobody's like trying to figure out
You'll be sorry if you go easy on me
what
just because I'm a
is
girl.
it almost feels like nobody is making it because nobody knows how they want to make it, which is, I don't know, scary, because if I have a rated R project in a PG-13 movie, I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't be hard.
Who gave this up?
Oh man, it's been a lot of folks that I've seen like talk about this.
I thought Ryan Reynolds came out and said something like that.
No, so like, well, he did do an interview like months ago.
Oh, okay.
He did an interview months ago, and they asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, you know, my team's working on it. Everybody's really just like working on it. And my brain was like if I had seen it back then, I'd have been like, all right, you know, that it is what it is.
Yeah,
But
this was after they bought Fox.
yeah,
When he joined the
yeah,
MCU.
because the whole team that worked on you know, Deadpool 1 and 2 is there. So when I tell you, like, it feels like nobody's actually working on it, and I'm doing air quotes right now, but when I say it feels like nobody's working on it, air quotes, like, it's not that they don't want to do it, they just don't know how they want to do it because it's a rated R property. And I really feel like Disney should just bite the bullet, keep it rated R, and keep it pushing. Like, it really is them just playing it too safe at this point.
They are.
So
Because you can't make it. You can't make it PG-13. Because if you do that, then people gonna outrage. People gonna be pissed off. They're not gonna go see it.
Right. Like, I've even seen people say that Batman needs to be R-rated.
I would love it if it was.
I mean, I would too. I feel like you have a lot of creative freedom when a movie's R-rated, because, you know, you put that R rating on it, people should know what the fuck they're getting into. And unless your movie is sausage fest, like, you're not fooling anybody. Can you imagine how upset you'd be as a parent? You see this fucking sausage movie and you're like, this seems like a good movie for my children. And then you see it and it's like an adult movie in fucking animated form almost.
Then I guarantee you somebody actually took their child to go see this movie.
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
it was for
Oh, yeah.
kids.
I'm pretty sure it was like a bajillion people who did that.
Yeah, because they don't pay attention to them nothing, you know.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they was on this movie. They was at the end of the commercial. They will say it's rated R, but people don't. For some reason, they don't hear that part.
Oh, right, man. I mean, so my thing was the advertising. The advertising would have been what got people. And to be honest, when I think about the advertising for that movie, I can't say whether or not I remember people saying it's rated R. I really feel like they didn't announce the rating until after it like already came out, and people already went to go see the movie. And I guarantee you, everybody and their mom will probably hated Seth Rogen. Is it Seth Rogen? Is that name Rogen? I think that's who it is. I feel like people just hated him for that.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty sure they did.
But
yeah, Disney and Marvel just make it R-rated.
Yeah, just doesn't seem like a hard thing to do. I don't see any complications as to why they would not want to do that. Yes, it's a kid-friendly franchise and movies they have developed with it. I feel like we're in the day and age where, as a parent, you should just know, like, all right, this movie's not for you. And if my child says, I really want to see this movie, then I would be like, you can see this movie, but I'm not paying for you to see this movie. So you're either gonna watch it at somebody's house without my permission, or you're going to fucking wait until you're older, and that's just that. So
yeah, because if I recall, Deadpool 1 and 2 both made a lot of money. They were very successful.
Oh yeah. And if I can make a prediction, I feel like if Disney makes Deadpool 3 and it's nothing like 1 and 2, they're gonna make this franchise unpopular.
They are.
So
because from what we're seeing though, right? We're seeing that they haven't even started on Deadpool 3.
Yeah. That's how it's coming off to me.
It's the second one. Huh?
That's how it's coming off to me.
Right. And it's been 2 years after Deadpool 2. This is why people talking about Deadpool 3. Because Deadpool 1 and 2 were 2 years apart. We're 2 years apart. We're 2 years apart from Deadpool 2. And Deadpool 3 has not even been made
right.
or in the making.
Right.
Or
we
if
haven't
it
heard
is,
anything about it starting to shoot or shooting wrapping up or nothing.
And that made me feel like behind the scenes is probably rough between Disney and Ryan Reynolds and Marvel, Deadpool team, because you have to fit, because Disney, they don't make R-rated movies at all.
Nope.
Right? Like, they don't at all.
I feel like Blade should be their first R-rated movie, if not Deadpool. Like they can do Deadpool just because Deadpool has been R-rated. But side note, real quick, I just finished like the first replay. Android 18 and 17 just said, Android 18 was like, Gohan, why'd you let your girlfriend get her butt beaten? And then 17 was like, you're not very strong at all.
Oh shit.
Like,
at the end of the match?
Yes, at the end of the match, sir.
Oh my god.
That was hilarious to me. But I feel like Blade could be a strong rated R movie for them. But I think the real reason they won't want to do it is because if for whatever reason Deadpool has to interact with any of these other characters, now all of a sudden that movie inherently gains some form of R-ratedness about it, if that makes sense. And I don't think they want that.
No. They gotta think about, does he make cameos in other films that are PG-13, and if they make a Deadpool 3, do they pay anybody from the MCU in his film?
I mean, to be honest, I almost feel like Captain America's movie trilogy would have been a little better if it had been rated R, especially Civil War and Winter Soldier.
Oh, I always feel like a movie rated, a grown-up film rated R, then superhero films rated R. We clearly seeing that's working. We got Deadpool, we had got Logan, we had got Joker. Yeah, movies like that. Successful, critically and money. Both did a great job. I feel like, yeah, Deadpool was kind of the start of it too. I want to say.
Oh yeah.
The first one.
So is it the studio or the director who's getting cold feet?
I don't know. I didn't saw the article itself about Deadpool 3 not being in the making right now. It was something like that I read. but I didn't click on it. I think I was at work and I just couldn't read it at the time. But I just saw it like really quick. Like I remember just shaking my head and like, damn, like Deadpool 3 is not even in the making right now.
Yeah, that hurts my soul, but
I think
saw
Deadpool
it.
made fun of him going to like I think I remember this Instagram or something like that when Disney had bought Fox. Didn't Deadpool like go to Disney? Where was just pictures? But he was like at Disney World.
And he had a Mickey Mouse hat on. I just saw that. I just saw that picture tonight.
Yeah, he made fun of damn Disney buying Fox.
Right. Or maybe he's just celebrating. I don't know.
Oh, so yeah, you just But that was years ago. But now, yeah, I can see the problem.
Because I know what happened in like Deadpool 1 and 2. My brain seeing him with the Mickey Mouse hat on is like, oh my god, hide your children.
Right, it's hilarious. He would bring straight.
And he was the only one on the bus.
He was.
Like you don't see a picture of like anybody else. So in my mind, I'm just like, this is not gonna end well.
That's how you think about Deadpool. Like him being at Disney World would just be chaotic. He would definitely fuck with a lot of people at Disney World if he went.
Right. And through playing this Ultimate Alliance 3 game on the Switch, like I realized he has the ability to like teleport. But I've never seen him use that in the movies. I don't know if I like that or not. Like he literally uses his friend who's a cab driver to go everywhere.
Right. I think he teleported in that Deadpool game that came out on the PS3. Was it 4?
Yeah, tell me.
Donald North did the voice.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think he teleports in that.
He does.
And you can't even play that game anymore. It's one of those things where like, if you have it digitally, something with the rights where you just can't play the game anymore. Like you don't have access to it. Like it's one of those rare. It's one of those rare occasions where like, yeah, you pay for this game, but you don't technically own it anymore. So,
wow.
Yeah, I saw like a whole YouTube video about it.
Did a great job.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get mixed reviews about that. Like some people love it, some people hate it, but I would have loved to have played it just because. But
yeah, I never did play it myself. I remember watching somebody play it. Might have been.
Yeah. Typically, usually.
It was funny. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
I said, don't ever do anything.
Yeah. But that's all I got for movie news. You have some music news that you want to discuss.
Yes. Future. Old Future. Got a new project last night on all streaming services.
Yeah.
Called High Off Life.
High Off Life.
It's a 21 song project, but I think tracks 17 to 21 are bonus tracks, I want to say.
You feel like that? Or?
I feel like that only because he got that Life is Good remix in here. And Life is Good. He got the original and the remix like right there. Not right there. No. Life is Good is like track 17. Track 17 and Life is Good remix.
Yeah, I see it. I don't like the remix. I really don't.
Me neither. I don't feel like it should have been made.
Right.
It should have kept that.
Or maybe the people who were on it just
the baby and Lil Baby.
Yeah.
And then Future did like a new Drake didn't do a new verse, and then Future was at the beginning rapping on Drake's part.
I think, and that's the part I don't like. Surprisingly, that's the.
Yeah. But aside from those,
looking at the checklist right now.
Yeah.
Trapping the Sun, High Tech, Touch the Sky, Solitaires, Riding Strikers, One of My, Posted with Demons, Hard to Choose One, Trillionaire, Harlem Shake, Up the River, Pray for a Key,
Pray for a Key,
Too Comfortable, All Bad, Outer Space Big, Accepting my flaws. Life is good. Last name Tycoon. 100 shooters. Life is good. I feel like 15 to 17 to 21 sound like the story of his life. Out of spade bit, accepting my flaws. Life is good. Last name Tycoon. 100 shooters. Life is good.
Like
it almost reads like a sentence.
Space,
Oh yeah, I don't. That's, you got me.
He could just name it outer space. Now you put a bit at the end, like outer space. Right. Bit, like, this nigga, man.
Like he. Hey, what's up, Omega? LOL. It's like he I don't know. It's like he meant like the most out of space woman or whatnot. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I listened to it last night. Going off of one listen, I say 1.5, because I made it through the listen. I got about halfway through, but How of Life, like I think I don't know how many albums this is for Future, probably about like his 8th or some shit like that.
Did he tell? Did anybody know ahead of time that this album was coming out?
He just announced that it was coming out like 2 days ago.
Wow.
Like Tuesday and Wednesday this week that it was coming. The only single I feel was Life is Good with Drake.
I refuse to believe that Future has the following to be able to do that. Now, I refuse to believe it now. Like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, Future totally got the clout to drop an album. Thank you, I appreciate it. Future totally has the album. I mean, not the album. He has the clout to J. Cole or Kendrick. But at the same time, when it comes to artists like Kendrick and J. Cole, I feel like if they drop anything, I feel like a fucking homeless man in the streets. Oh, you giving me food? Oh my God, this got to do the bird, man. Like, I'm excited for it because it's not something they typically do. It is like really rare, but at the same time, it's. And I don't want to say his content isn't good because his content's good to somebody. Yeah, his content's good to somebody because he's obviously busting numbers. But I feel like
he did numbers last night. I think a girl at work told me that they said he went gold in like 30 minutes.
What?
Last night.
Is he like conditioning people to drink high tech? Like, I don't.
Well, like, you gotta think about it too. We're in quarantine quotation.
Oh yeah.
People have any form of entertainment.
2/3 of America is in quarantine. The rest of us is fucking working.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And it's hard to be upset about that because it's like, I'm still getting this paper, but I'd rather be at home with my family.
Yeah, exactly. I'm risking my life every time I leave out my fucking front door of my house. But aside from that, Future
I saw a bird sneeze today.
It just scared me to death.
He open the door. Oh, hell nah. I can't come in today.
So,
you can have that shit. You can have that little ass 4 hours out my ass. Fuck that.
Right. Well, so Future dropped the project when everybody's home. So, and plus it wasn't no drop out of nowhere project.
Yeah.
He put out Life is Good with Drake probably about 2 months ago. So it's like this movie. He didn't drop nothing else after that for some I don't know. But he announced it like 2 days ago. It wasn't like a big thing. I think he announced it on like his Twitter or something that it was coming out like Friday. So so he put it out. Like I said, they already said it went gold in like 30 minutes. Like that many people streamed the project. Came out. So Future it's Future.
Yeah.
I feel like his following is big enough for people to at least give him a listen. I don't think people were excited for it. I know I wasn't. I like Life is Good, but was I excited for a new Future project? No, because no Future project has wowed me since DS2. That was way back in like 2015, feel like 2016.
Yeah. So let's just go based off the beats. Do you feel like there's any one song outside of Life Is Good that's gonna like immediately grab me and make me
the
say,
beats. Yeah, the beats are nice. It's that trap beats. Like most of it is trap. That's just his lane.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You know.
you say that shit like niggas supposed to be making some singing tracks. I told her I would die for.
I'm trying to think. See, cause singing Future, I think about Hendrix. I think about that project.
Hendrix. Oh, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was a really good ass project.
That was him singing on there. That wasn't really trap.
Still didn't. Okay, I feel like that was him trying something new. To be honest,
It was.
I feel like he didn't like that.
He probably didn't.
Cause there's one song on there. I gotta go back to my phone. I swear, it's one song on there where he sings. Well, he's not. I don't want to say he was singing, but he wasn't singing, but he what do you do?
I don't know his Future. You got that many choices. He's not that versatile now.
You sure it's called Hendrix? It's not coming up at Apple Music for me. How did he spell Hendrix? It's like 2 X's, right?
Yeah, but you just click on his name and go to
Future.
Yeah, go to his name and type in Apple. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's right here.
See, okay. It only populated three albums for me. I had to click see all.
I forgot what the Wizards.
Okay, this ain't the same. We're not thinking about the same album then, cause this ain't it. Cause it say Future Hendrix presents. Oh, never mind. 2017. So one song that like made me feel like he was really trying something new was Fresh Air. That song, like I like that song, but I just felt like I don't know. I felt like he was really doing a lot.
The whole project felt like he was again. I call that singing Future.
Singing Future is fucking hilarious.
It is. I'm hearing that in your background now. Yeah.
Wait, you sound like. Well, you know what? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when we first heard Jamaican Drake, and it was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
Yo, and Future immediately heard that and was like, nah, we can't do this no more, bro.
Yeah, because you remember that was when he put out Future, and then a week later he put out Hendrix. He put out 2 projects back to back. Future was the trap version, and then Hendrix was the singing version.
Right.
But
To this day, like, even though it's been covered by that one dude that you sent me a video on about whether or not more music is better or less music is better, I feel like if it works for you, it works for you. But from the outside looking in, I feel like I don't know. I feel like
right now on the Future's Apple Music page, the essential album is DS2. That's it. DS2 was fucking fire from start to finish. Loved that album.
Right.
You know, I don't think he's made anything better than this. And this came out 2015.
I mean,
you know, but you know, he's put out a lot of music. Going through his albums.
Yeah,
now.
Like
he's put out a lot of music since then.
He put out two albums in like 1 year.
2 albums, but I Super Slimy with him and Young Thug, Beast Mode 2. That he made an album with him and Juice WRLD, a whole project with him and Juice WRLD. I feel like nobody really talked about.
They probably don't. I feel like the real test of time though is like who all goes back to like this music, if that makes sense.
Goes back to Future's projects.
Yeah, because think about it. Every time we get to talking about music, we are always able to reference a Drake song. You're always able to reference a Cole song, and we're always able to reference a what is it? A Kendrick song. Yeah. And it's not just because those are the top 3, most famous rappers right now, but it's just they're easily able to be referenced. Like their songs are that popular. I feel like Future sits in this. He sits in the rap version of the same bubble that I put The Weeknd in, where his music works for trap, but it's like it's like you still can't really define it the way you would like.
And you don't know how many people are really out here still listening to Future today.
Right. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll say this right. For me personally, when Future drops something new, I listen to it. I don't ignore it. I don't be like, I don't feel this in the Future or whatever. Like when he drops something, I'll listen to it because again.
And that's why this man goes gold in 30 minutes because of niggas like you.
Because like me. Because we like, oh, Future dropped something new. It's Future. Let me listen to it. You know what I'm saying? The nigga's not. He's not a deep lyricist. He's not a.
Oh yeah, no.
Shit, the nigga. He can't sing. Shit, the auto-tune helps him.
Me explaining his lyrics is like someone giving me a detailed explanation of Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Bruh.
I just don't feel like it's gonna happen.
When I tell you too, man, like when you really listen what he be saying, bro, he be saying some fucking off the wall shit.
Oh, I believe it makes sense though.
Man,
I believe it makes sense to someone.
Yeah, it makes sense to somebody. But man, he be like on this album right here. Boy, some of them lyrics he was saying, yo, that nigga is mean, bro. That nigga is
yo,
mean.
It's 2 lines in Future songs that I fucking love. And the first one is my collection, that hook. That man be like, even if I fuck you once, you part of my collection. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, that's some savage shit to say.
Right. And then the classic one is fucking them and sending them out the country. I said, God damn.
And I believe him. For some reason, I believe him.
I still do too.
I believe he's done this.
I believe him and Drake have done this.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they run in the same circles. It's just that Drake don't advertise that.
No, because Drake still has an image.
It's not even.
He can't say I'm fucking bitches and I'm sending them out the country.
I don't even think it's that. I feel like he only does it when he's around Future. Future's like that Future's like that high schooler who's like in 12th grade and should have graduated last year, and like Drake is like the sophomore who's trying to be class president but trying to connect to everybody, so he hangs out with this upperclassman who should have fucking graduated.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I guarantee you Drake hangs out with Future just so he can be in a whole different environment than what he used to. I'm pretty sure Future's environment is nothing like that.
Oh, I mean,
nothing. His circle.
It depends. It depends. I gotta see Future's house in order to know.
And I ain't talking about even. I'm just talking about his circle, the people he hang with. I'm telling you, when you listen to this album, you'll see. Like he had a song called "One of Mine." Mm-hmm. That whole song he's talking about like his niggas he hang with. Oh, and when you listen to some of them lyrics, boy, you gonna be like, oh my god, this is who you hang around?
Is it as bad as that 21 Savage song where he be like, damn, what was he said? It was him and Metro, that project they worked on. I'm trying to think of the line. Cause when I heard it, I was like, oh, that's that is pretty fucking dope.
It's 21 Savage and who?
It's 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. Yeah. I'm trying to find. I gotta find it. Oh, it's from that project Without Warning. I think it's on Ghostface Killers.
What you talking about him? Oh, that song with him. The old album with him Offset and Metro Boomin.
Yeah. Trying to.
21 Savage said some damn wild shit too.
Oh. I'm trying to. Nah, wait a minute. I gotta listen to the whole verse.
That's a great project too. I always like another one.
Kim Jong, big bomb. Wonder bread, man, make your bitch lick crumb. Out of my pocket,
He got a
got my wrist
fucking dog as the cover.
Dope boy, I sell coke boy. He broke ass rappers food, it's a poke boy. Everybody the same, all these niggas sound alike. Fast 5 gang, turn you to a candlelight. Bitch boy on my mob stuff, shrimp in my pasta. Jamaican dun da da, hang round the shotters. Mad nigga, hang with the killers.
Hang around that line right there. That shit. Mad Max nigga, I hang with them killers. Planet of the Apes, I hang with gorillas. I heard that. I said, oh God. This why they trying to deport your ass now. You over here hanging out with wild animals and shit.
I'm telling you, man.
But I don't know.
But you like I said, whenever you listen to Future Projects, it's so-called one of mine. You gonna be like, bro, like this is who you hang with. Like you talking about, he was like one of my niggas got rich off hoes. One of my niggas ain't got no soul.
That person.
He said one of my niggas ain't got no soul, bro.
I feel like they've given up on life, or maybe they're already dead. There's so many more questions.
Or you hanging around niggas that don't give a fuck about nothing.
Damn, that sound like Joel.
You know. He said something like one of my niggas got rich off selling coke. One of my niggas got rich off of selling dope. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I don't know, that song, I was just listening to it. I really like that song, because it's the way he flows on that beat. It's like, damn, my nigga, like, is this your circle? Like, this is why you fucked, that's why you so fucked up. It's like Future has, like, he still carries that street life with him, even to this day, even though he's a made rapper. He hasn't left that street shit.
Oh no, of course not.
That what he raps like.
And you know, it had me thinking one day at work about rappers who always talk about making it out the hood and shit like that. I feel like if you're a rapper, you're famous and you've made enough money that you can legitimately move the fuck out the hood, and you haven't, you don't give a fuck about moving out the hood, nigga. You want to be there.
Some rappers move out like they don't even look back. Because the shit, their hood is so fucking dangerous that they'll kill that nigga because he made it. They'll be mad at him.
But what if they like gave back to that community? Like, what if they really was out here helping everybody prosper?
You can do that. You just don't go back.
Oh, okay.
You can give the money to the hood. You personally just don't step foot in it.
I don't know. I feel like if I was a rapper, I don't necessarily see myself giving that money to the hood. That's like flying a spaceship directly into a black hole or the sun.
Yeah. I mean, but some rappers, I ain't said all of them though. All of them, like, you know, Bootsy said he can't go back to the hood, but Kendrick, I saw a video that nigga was in the hood. Like, that nigga I believe was in his hood shooting a video.
I believe that. It's just the fact that I feel like if I were famous and I tried to like uplift my so-called hood, I just feel like that shit would not improve and I would be wasting money. That's really hot. That's really, I mean, I know it depends, but this is just kind of how I feel in a sense.
Like, just like, you know, like R.I.P. Nipsey.
Yeah.
He got shot
in
his hometown.
And that's the part that like that's the part that like that's the part that like freaks me out. Like, I don't wanna
jealous.
I would not want that for anybody. Like, that makes people not want to be a hero. That makes people not want to help others. It's just be like, nah, fuck that. I'm trying to help you. You gonna shoot me? Like, what the fuck?
Right. Give it back to his own community, and then somebody from his own community shoot him. Like,
right. That's some powerful hate right there.
I mean, powerful, super powerful. But yeah. But like I said, Future Project. I'm not gonna. It's fine. It's not nothing. So some songs stick out. But there's other songs where I'm like, I don't know why he put them on there. Like, some songs, I was like, what is this?
Does it make you think of track like leftover tracks, like how you told me some of them songs from Drake's album were leftover tracks, and how Kendrick Lamar basically put together an album of, I guess, leftover tracks?
No, I really feel like Future thought this shit was good, and
nobody was around to say no.
I guess not.
It's like, nah, bro.
Because the album songs are real strong. That Trapped in the Sun, I really fuck with that. Like, the first track on this album, I was like, ooh, okay. I was like, that was really good. Somebody
else's album did that to me. I listened to it.
The first track was really fire. Then you get to the second track, you was like, what is this?
Oh, no, it wasn't the second track. It was like half the album was good up to a certain point, and I just remember it was Funeral by Lil Wayne.
I went back to the album too recently. I went back to that.
Any changes of opinion?
A little bit. Only because I'll give him props because he's rapping. And I mean rapping. Like, some songs where he doesn't even have a hook.
Oh.
He's like this phone, he just going.
Those songs be like weird to me. I'm not saying they're bad. They're not bad. It just be weird to me. Cause I'm used to, songs with hooks.
Right. Wayne on Funeral. When I went back and listened to it, this was really wrong with the album. It's too long.
Oh wow.
That's another thing. These rappers need to stop making these 20+ song projects. It's not working out for
like
any
Future.
of them. Future
unless it's
Future
Future. Unless it's Future, it's not working out.
No, I don't even want. No, even this. I don't want this. I don't want 21 songs with Future. This album is an hour and 10 minutes.
So they give you if they give you 3 tracks.
Give me a good 13, 14. Cut the fat. Cut the extra tracks that you did not have to put on here. I'm telling you, because some of these songs on here are really good.
So what about?
Some of them are just so hard.
What about? And I gotta take it back. What about albums like Graduation that were skits into?
Graduation like 13 songs.
Huh?
It was short. Tell me, Kanye, what's Graduation?
Yeah.
That one's like 13 songs.
Even with the skits.
Yes. They talking about Late Registration.
Yeah.
Late Registration had 19, I think. 19 or 20. But that had skits. They had skits in between the 19 and 20. So it was technically still about.
Okay, so I can't say Graduation. There were no skits in Graduation.
Oh, okay. Late Registration.
Late Registration is 21 tracks.
21 tracks.
With 1, 2, 3, 4 skits. So that makes it
17 songs.
17 tracks.
That's for that album. It was fine because I think that album is amazing. One of my favorite Kanye projects. But these,
College Dropout was 21 with 1, 2, only 2 skits.
2 skits.
21
but
tracks,
I like
2 skits.
But I like every song on that project.
Oh well.
These rappers these days are making 21 song projects with no skits, and they're not all 21 songs of fire.
They're
I want 21 fire songs.
You bastard.
They can keep that shit. They can keep that shit, bro. You'll see. You'll get this Future album a chance. I'm
gonna wake up tomorrow and it's gonna be the first thing I play for myself.
You gonna play it and watch how many songs you don't like.
Oh,
and you'll be like, why did he put this on here?
I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna be like, bro, this shit is amazing.
Man. And some of that bed thinks that too. They probably like, some of these songs.
Every time I hear like a fucking a hood track, I think back to that RDC World video where it's My Hood Academia. And they be like, so what's your quirk? Oh, I just get mad ignorant for no reason. What you say? I'm saying what you, nah, bro, you got a problem with me? What's your bruh? That reminded me of so many people that I've met in like middle school and high school alone.
Cause some niggas just like that out there for real.
And in my mind, I was like, you know, this kind of explains like a fuck of a lot. Like, unfortunately, it explains a fuck of a lot about people. But I mean, more props to Future for this album. You know, if it sells, which apparently it seems like it has, like, good for him. You know, hopefully it won't be another project that becomes a Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh shit! But like I said, it has some great songs on it. It's just some other songs I don't think are great.
Oh well.
Like my favorite song is "Posted with Demons." I just throw it out.
It's
"Posted with Demons." My favorite song is it's called "Posted with Demons."
Oh wow. It's so dark.
And yeah, you'll see why it's called that way. And then the song is dark.
He
said
like
some dark lyrics on there.
Some of these titles make me feel like I'm reading too much into it. Because if you tell me it's like "Posted with Demons," like I just picture I'm like on the corner somewhere and I got all these terrible thoughts in my head, demons in my head, shit like that.
Again, you hear that song, you gonna see why I say this nigga Future is mean. this nigga,
like you feel like he's mean in real life?
If these lyrics mirror his life today, he is not a good person.
Oh wow!
No, I'm telling you, like
you make it sound like you can walk up to him and be like, "Oh my God, Future, can I get your autograph?" Man, if it ain't about that, then you can fuck up on my face, little boy.
Bro, hold on, I didn't find this lyric because I like to have music. Make sure you pull up the lyrics.
Oh Lord!
This the part. He says, "Casually pimping these bitches. I don't give a fuck if that bitch is Catholic. I give 0 fucks. You can worship the devil, bitch. Just drop these bricks." He says that in that song, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Yep, and that's just 2 bars out of the whole song. Tell him that what he said. He said he don't give a fuck if that bitch worship the devil. Just drop these bricks. He said, "I don't give a fuck who you worship. Just do this worship." Like I'm telling you, that nigga, that nigga, boy.
I would not be mad if later on in life I found out that Future was like selling drugs for real, and then this nigga was out here being a black Escobar. Like, I really would not like bat an eye. I just be like, okay, and hit him with that Walker, like, okay, and like, just tell me something I don't know. But but tonight's feature topic, 43 minutes in, feature topic. I don't even know how I want to like.
Man.
I don't know where I want to start or approach this. I'm just gonna say PlayStation's state of play.
Yeah.
Good God. Damn.
PlayStation stays winning, bruh.
Yes. Like,
they know what they're doing.
Words cannot help me properly.
They do Microsoft so dirty.
Bro, what?
Just the other day, Inside Xbox,
I ain't
people
gonna
mad
lie.
about no gameplay.
Right, I was just finna say, I ain't gonna lie, that shit did seem kind of calculated. But they ain't put out no gameplay. Hold my controller real quick.
Said, nigga, we got 18 minutes worth.
Right. And that was just one game. Imagine if they had like a laundry list of others.
Bro, when I saw 18 minutes of Ghost of Tsushima gameplay, I was like, them niggas Sony dirty.
Right. When I saw it, I was like, it can't just be only Ghost of Tsushima, can it? And so I started watching. I was like, oh shit, this is only Ghost of Tsushima. But every time I talk about this game, I'm gonna mention its graphics. Like,
yes, bro.
Everything.
PS4, bro.
Oh, whoa. I know how, bruh. No, that was on the PS5, sir.
It was?
I'm willing to bet you that shit was on the PS5.
Oh.
Only because of the way that video popped up, that beep, actually, that beep sound of the PlayStation cutting on did not sound like a PlayStation 4 cutting on.
You do realize that you're saying those graphics are so good. You don't believe that's on the PS.
Yep,
That's how good them graphics look.
That's how good them graphics look, sir. I
And
wholeheartedly.
I'm willing to bet you that they are on the PS4.
I'm shit. Well, I'm willing to bet you this shit was on the PS5.
Let me tell you what PlayStation is doing.
Uh-oh.
It's every time they do this. At the end of the generation, these developers, they figure out the system.
I mean, yeah, they had fucking 5 years.
Right.
They had 5 years to figure that shit out.
That's what I'm saying. They dropped some heat at the end. Like, they were Last of Us. Remember when the first Last of Us came out? Them niggas didn't believe that shit was going to let them to PS3. And that shit was exactly like it did on the PS3.
Man, I think the better part was the fact that you can make it 60 frames.
Right. And it's going to be the same with Ghosts. Like, people, I guarantee you, not the only one saying that. People think that's on the PS5. That shit come out, and you at home playing it, and it looks just like what we just saw.
Man,
Like,
I feel like that's gonna be the game. I feel like that's gonna be the game that make my Pro start working.
Oh my god, my fucking fan finna be blowing, boy. Playing Ghost of Tsushima.
That shit finna come on like beep. Like as soon as I pop that disc in, I'm like, oh god damn, nigga, you got me running today, huh? The hell you got up in this bitch? 138 gigs.
Last of Us Part 2 of Ghost of Tsushima is gonna run my PS4 goddamn tired. This year, boy, they're gonna be like, God,
they're gonna be like, take a goddamn break, please. But no, this so this game opens up, and the first thing I notice is like how still everything is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it just seems so quiet, peaceful almost, even though I know shit could hit the fan. I think Young Ye in his video pointed out that there was somebody dealing with a bear, or looked like they had came across a bear, and
or you just ignored it or something.
He ignored the person who was getting attacked by that bear yet.
Oh, okay.
But you know, if this game has wildlife that I can interact with, whether it be positive or negative, like that's for some reason an automatic plus in my mind. I wasn't expecting the outfits to like matter. For some reason I really wasn't expecting that. Combat seems like it's gonna be both fun and strict at the same time, if that makes sense. Because if I can like precision strike an enemy and fucking kill them in one hit, I don't see what the fuck is stopping them from doing that to me, like at all. And for some reason, this game still puts me in the mindset of Sekiro. Like it makes me think of Sekiro, but with far greater detail.
Yes, and more grounded.
Yeah,
in reality.
Yeah, that was the other thing, because if I mean, he can block arrows, but I don't know how quickly arrows were flying through the air back then. So
I just like I said, I got it playing on my phone right now. That the beginning of the video does sound like a PS4 coming on too. Like if you look at the light, I didn't even notice this. It does. Like the light is in red mode, and it goes to blue.
So that's what made me think that it was a PS5, because I saw that, but I wasn't really paying attention until I heard the beep. So when I heard the beep, my brain was like, did my PS4 just cut on? Because I was like a Bluetooth speaker that I just had on and connected to my phone. So when I heard that, I paused the video and went to the living room, and I was like, okay. So I started the video over again, and I heard the sound again, and I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck going on?
Right. But this time I didn't like do anything, and that's when I realized, oh shit, it's the video. But
I just pay attention. Now my first time paying attention to the light. Like the PS4 is in rest mode.
yeah,
It turns it on and goes to the game.
I think if I had noticed or paid attention the first time that it was in rest mode, I wouldn't have, got the fuck up twice. But
That's
yeah,
I'm looking
like,
at it now just to have it playing live while we're talking about it.
yeah, it's like, gosh, like words almost.
It's so much. It's so much. Like, and mind you, like before this 18-minute gameplay demo, we barely knew anything about how the game played.
Oh yeah,
And that was my negative. It was always my negative. Was like
that was the worry
the trailers
factor.
look great. Yeah, it was a worry factor. I said the story looks good. Graphics look amazing. Trailers are fantastic, but we do not know how the game plays. It's like Sucker Punch just heard us and was like, "Yo, okay, we'll show you 18 minutes then." We'll give it 18 minutes of gameplay. And when I watched it, man, that shit went from maybe I'm buying one day to just day one.
Well,
They won by for me, man. Like after that, that's all I need to see.
damn, day one. I mean, I'm not saying it's not worthy of it. I just because it's gonna be a lot kind of out around that time.
Honestly,
I'm pretty sure you'll
it
still be
comes out in
playing.
July.
When does Last of Us come out?
June.
That's
why I think it comes out at the end of July. Like, I feel like I'll have Last of Us Part 2 beat by the time Ghost of Tsushima come out. And
when
we'll
does
see how
Cyberpunk come out?
September.
July.
Between July and September.
So that's a month and then 2 months. And I don't feel like Ghost of Tsushima is gonna be the type of game that I can beat in a month.
It depends on, that's another thing. You have no idea how long the game is.
Right.
What all can you do? Is the
Side
story?
quests,
Yeah. Story decisions. Still a whole bunch of other questions, but like the guy from Sucker Punch said, they're gonna be answering, showing us some more for the game comes out.
Oh yeah. One thing that somebody else pointed out that I didn't notice, there is like hardly any HUD.
Man.
And I
For
love
some
that.
reason,
It works.
Man, I said the same thing. I said, there's no
it-
HUD on the screen and it
And
works.
the only reason I know it works is because I didn't at any point ask, where the fuck is my health bar?
Right. I don't think we ever saw it.
No, he never got hit.
He didn't.
He never got hit.
Straight beast, man. Man, like
So.
the fact the wind showed you, the way to go instead of a waypoint. I thought that was dope. Cause remember, people got mad at the no waypoint thing. I call that fake internet outrage. Yeah, people didn't like that. It was like, the game doesn't have a waypoint because people just
you
gotta
can't
know where to go.
use your eyes, is what you telling me?
Right. But they
Like,
revealed
that's how that
the
sounds.
wind showed you where to go, and you remembering where you went, like, and where you've been before, and remember which way to go. Like, it's very realistic. It's very grounded, like in the samurai world. But I like that. Like I said, oh my god, like again, the graphics, the blades of grass. The game still looks the same from when the first time they showed it, which also blows my mind. When the first time they showed the game, even years ago, I said, is this game really gonna look this good when it comes out? And then it still has that same quality, bro.
Oh man,
It's not dipped
I feel like
graphics at all.
I feel like this game is gonna be the Arkham Knight of Gen 5 when it comes out. Because I know they're gonna remaster it for Gen 5. Like I just feel it in my bones.
Of course. That, Last of Us, probably even God of War.
Oh, God. They're gonna have to do God of War though, because they're gonna want to promote. They're gonna want to promote the second one.
Yeah. So, all you can do is tell me it's 60 frames.
Oh yeah.
That's all you can tell me. I'm fine. That's all you gotta say.
God of War at 60 frames.
God of War
That shit
60
is
frames.
like
I'm fine.
that shit is like the last piece of crack that makes you OD. like, am I ready for that?
And the frame rate in God of War was great. It was great at 30.
Right,
30 was a smooth
that's
30.
why I'm like 60 might be more than I can fucking handle. I already felt like, so like part of me feels like when it comes to games that require you to like fight something, I feel like if it's not 60 frames, my inputs aren't recorded correctly, if that makes sense. Like, that's like back when I was playing Mortal Kombat X, like that's how I learned how to do combos. No, I'm sorry, not Mortal Kombat X 9. That's how I learned to do combos, because I had to realize like I'm either pressing buttons too quickly, or there's just some sort of input delay that's greater than I think.
Right.
But
one detail that I read but didn't see it. They said when he was fighting that guy that had the arrow long ways away.
Say that again.
I said one thing that I read but didn't see it because I was like, me reading the comments. Somebody said that when the guy was getting ready to shoot the arrow, they said he yelled because
Jin or the enemy?
The enemy. The enemy yelled before he shot the arrow because he was behind another person. So he yelled so that person could duck, so he can shoot the arrow at you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Somebody said they saw that. Somebody said they saw that in the demo, and they put in the comment section. They said it had like the comment had like a lot of lights, and it was like people upon it was like they can't believe people ain't really pay that no attention yet. Or get more attention.
That is a great fucking detail.
Yeah, like the enemy ducked
cares
because the
about
guy arrow yelled.
Cares about his other enemy compatriot.
Yeah, cares about it. Exactly.
I
Which does not
lose
happen in
my-
games usually.
I lose
You don't
my
care about other
shit.
person. Yeah,
Oh,
they said
and,
that's what happened. That's what happened.
I just thought about this because I saw Kefla do her level 3, and you do not do the dramatic finish with Ultra Instinct Goku. It has to be done with Goku Blue.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that in a video this morning, and my brain, like,
it makes perfect sense now.
yeah,
Okay.
but it makes sense. But the question was, is the shirt gonna come back? Oh wait, no, you're right. It does make sense because he has the orange gi on. He'll just lose that and be in his blue weighted vest. And he'll do the dramatic finish. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. See, they thought of it. I like see little stuff like that. I love.
Right.
You do it with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. You don't do it with Ultra Instinct Goku.
And I would never have known that if it weren't for that video, because I would have just been thinking of it. I would have been swearing up and down that
dramatic finish.
Yeah, that you have to be Ultra Instinct Goku.
Yeah. Which, like I said, I love that they thought of that because again, you can't fight if you're talking about dramatic finishes with the story. You can't have Master Ultra Instinct Goku fighting Kefla. Right. He never got to that level when he fought Kefla. So that having the dramatic finish for him makes sense. So the fact that they put it with Super Saiyan Blue Goku, that was smart. And that's super dope. How was the dramatic finish? Was it amazing? That's the show?
I would say it was a 1-for-1 representation.
That's what I see. I love shit. And who makes fighters? Band? What's her name?
Something. Arc Systems.
Arc Systems, man. Congrats. Well, round of applause for them. God damn, they fucking love Dragon Ball, and they fucking love making this game. Like,
man, what?
Man, that's so dope. Cause these dramatic finishes, these niggas don't gotta add that. Like, that's just something off the side they probably just have fun making.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And I haven't seen the dramatic finish. I'm gonna try to wait until the game comes out. I'm gonna just do it. and then like just see how it is on my TV if I watch it on YouTube. But yeah, man, like I said, Ghost of Tsushima, 18 minutes of gameplay, Sucker Punch. Hey, congrats to them, man. Like, dope studio. I love all the Infamous games. It's not like these niggas made a bad game because they haven't. I love Infamous 1, 2. Second Son didn't really get loved, but it was very good. I actually platinumed that game. I think it was one of my first platinums on the PS4. Infamous Second Son. And that game was beautiful.
Oh yeah,
it was beautiful going on. And that was one of the first games on the PS4. They did a great job with the graphics.
I feel so like part of me kind of feels bad for games that were on the previous gens, like right when they come out, or right when they go out, because part of me is feeling like if you release it at the beginning of the system, you know, yeah, it'll garner sales, but I don't feel like it'll really live up to anything. If you do it at the end, I feel like everybody, you know, everybody appreciates it more because it feels like, you know, you have more time to work on this or do that, and then all of a sudden, you know, your game is amazing to someone. So
just to remind you or anybody who's listening, The Last of Us and Grand Theft Auto 5 released the same year the PS4 came out. It released the same year, 2013.
yeah.
Those two heavy hitters, two of the best games of all time to most people, released the same year as the new systems.
Well,
And in the generation, man, like they figure it out. You know, it finally clicks, I guess. I mean, you know, I think they figured it out towards the middle. The beginning is always kind of just a little rough. The middle is when everything starts getting together, and then the end is when this shit hits. Like, again, Last of Part 2. We still haven't seen much of that game, but if they put out an 18-minute demo of that shit, it'll probably blow our minds. We'd be like, yo, this gameplay is fucking amazing and fluid. You know, like Ghost of Tsushima was. Yeah, man, everything about that demo, man. The combat, the sneaking, there was something else that happened there. I was like, holy shit. I said the wind showing you where to go, how you dealt with the falls, how you pray it, how it has hardly any HUD on the screen.
I think
the story probably gonna be amazing. I can't wait to see the boss fights. Another game's gonna have boss fights. Can't wait for those.
I think the lack of a HUD is my most favorite feature. I don't know why, but that's how I feel.
Sucker Punch, man.
Most favorite feature.
Niggas are from Infamous.
I'm wondering if you'll be able to like change the sword as well, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Get a different sword, different weapons throughout the game.
Right.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, man. Yeah,
well,
man. Like I said, man. Hey, Sucker Punch, man. Hey, round of applause for them, man. God damn, like.
All I'm waiting on now is Santa Monica with Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah. Spider-Man 2, man. Oh, Insomniac.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Spider-Man 2. I thought you were about to say Rocksteady.
Man, Rocksteady can do what they want to do. I'm not gonna do nothing for them. They can do what they want to do.
It's kind of hard, man, to do when we haven't seen nothing since Arkham Knight. It's like literally nothing. Like at least we knew Ghost. We've been known for years. Sucker Punch was making Ghost of Tsushima. We just didn't hardly seen the gameplay until now, and that shit wowed us. Wowed everybody, really.
Right.
And the fact that it was led by PlayStation to do this after Inside Xbox failed to show gameplay at their shit. Right. Like Sony is so dirty, and I love it. I love it. Like, and they do it so well that you don't really know was it planned or not.
Right.
You know, I'm pretty sure State of Play had been schedule, and they knew they was gonna show 18 minutes of Ghost of Tsushima, but it came after Inside Xbox. Inside Xbox was just last week, and they complained because there was no gameplay. So places come the week after and be like, "Yo, you want gameplay? We got you, fam."
Right.
We got 18 minutes of this beauty.
Like I said, hold my controller.
It's so calculated, man. I love it, man. I fucking love it. It's like places just stuffing on these niggas' necks. It just not getting off. They're not getting off, bro.
Yeah, I started to start the stream and just be like, Drake, feature the MCU. What do these things have in common? They've never fallen off.
Exactly, bro. PlayStation, man. I love this like competitive shit. Like, it's like they're being competitive without even trying.
Oh man, they're probably not, because they probably thinking to themselves, I'm only competing with myself.
They are.
You know.
They are. Like, damn. And look what happened. This Ghost of Tsushima this demo came out, and this whole Last of Us crazy thing, where they eating it up so much that whole Last of Us thing
don't even matter no more. And I don't know I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because, you know, Last of Us matters, but yeah. I feel like to the large majority, and I'm really talking about the folks who read those leaks. Yeah. I feel like Ghost of Tsushima coming out is their distraction from a game they claim they're not gonna go through and play.
Right.
And I just had this idea because I feel like Drake does this. I can't prove it, but I feel like he did this. I feel like to mitigate people stealing like your content as an artist, a music artist, on YouTube, I feel like Drake made some songs where the titles were real, but the songs were not.
You talking about that Darlene demo tape?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's what those songs had leaked.
Yeah, and I'm particularly talking about I think it's Pain 93 and I can't think of the other one, but I know for a fact that Desires. Those two songs that leaked, I feel like they're not the same songs that you hear on the demo tape, and I feel like that's a smart move if that's what he's doing. So,
but I mean, people have their theories that Drake, these songs that quote unquote leaked,
yeah,
he's actually doing it just to see how people feel about him. That's what people are theorizing.
But I think, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he's leaking the shitty versions of them, and I feel like that's the tactic that people are taking with Ghost of Tsushima when it comes to not Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like that's a tactic the folks who saw the leaks for The Last of Us 2 are taking when they say, oh, I'm not playing this game because this, that, and the third. You know, I actually made myself bust out laughing Thursday at work, because I was thinking about lying to you, talking about yeah, man, I broke down and read them leaks. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but the part where you gotta play the game is Ellie and she's a paraplegic. God damn, I don't know how the fuck she shot that gun, but she shot the fuck out that boy.
Oh my god!
And like I'm literally walking down the aisle, pushing like a cart, busting out laughing, and I'm just like watching people look at me like I'm fucking stupid. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, if only you niggas knew what the fuck I was thinking about.
Man.
Like,
that makes some dirty shit, bro.
I don't know. It was definitely a fun experience.
Still upon these leaks too. They ain't seen
hell yeah. To be honest, my timeline has not been flooded with it anymore. I think I'm good. I watched that. I watched part. Yeah, I watched that Young Ed video, and it's almost like the internet god said, enough. Yeah, hit him with that echo. So
yeah.
But yeah, that is I'm looking forward to Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not sure yet whether I'm gonna make it a day one buy, but now we have 4 strong contenders for Game of the Year. And all 4 of these games are fucking PlayStation exclusives. I don't know why the fuck that tickles my fancy.
Because I bet Sony laughing too. Everybody like, what? They just don't know.
Right. This is just the beginning. When PS5 comes out, we begin Phase 5. Marvel got the idea from us. But man, like, Last of Us, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, and Cyberpunk 2077. I feel like 2077 is just gonna be my game of the year because I'm gonna make a character based off of me, and my shit is gonna be at my knees. That's it. My shit just gonna be at my knees.
I can't believe you could customize that.
And I feel like I'm gonna have like 3 characters, bro. A male, a female, and an it.
Good gracious.
Just because.
Goddamn.
Just because.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be an interesting game.
And the only thing I feel like is missing from Cyberpunk 2077 is like, and I could be wrong, this shit could very well be in there with the M rating, but I feel like the only thing that's missing is the ability to actually engage in sex. And I feel like if they were to implement it in there, it would have to be called like cyber situations.
Oh,
you know, just something like crafty, like the hot coffee mod.
I want. Let's see, man. Shit, you can customize goddamn private parts. That might damn.
Talk about getting goddamn. What was the word I'm looking for? Technical. Character customization has never been so coveted.
Right.
So,
yeah, man.
but this has been episode 14 of the Dopest Podcast. You can catch us on all our social medias at the other L dot. I'm sorry to say .com. I don't know if I was going to say that. The other L at Instagram. Of course, you're already looking at my YouTube channel, which I meant to change the name of to like Backlog Gaming, because I feel like if I ever revisit a game, I'm just gonna play it on this. And of course, my co-host RSR Holy Young Robert, catch him on streams when he plays the horror games, because I'm not touching that shit. You can have it. And
I got you.
One more thing I wanted to say about Ghost of Tsushima. Aside from the black and white, I'm wondering if sup, Mr. Battle. I'm wondering if like I can play the game in other tints outside of the black and white.
Other colors?
Yeah, like if I could play in sepia or some form of.
We even talking about
extra
photo mode too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the photo mode was fucking gorgeous.
The fact that the photo mode is like starting. Somebody in that development room was like, "Hey man, see this grass? This shit look real, bro. Like fucking photo mode, bro. Photo mode."
Photo mode, yeah.
Oh man, Sammy just said his internet will be out till Tuesday. Wish he could join. Don't know what's going on, but yeah. I haven't heard anything from storms up north or anything like that, so yikes.
Sorry to hear that.
But yeah, if you like what you heard, just go ahead and like, subscribe, and you can catch me on Twitch tomorrow. I think the game I'm gonna go back and try to like put more time into is either between Days Gone or BioShock. And I feel like I'm gonna be a whole bitch and play Bioshock. So, but oh yeah. So have a good night. Be safe. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. All that good stuff. You know, wash your hands. Wash your ass. Wear a mask. Stay inside. I'm gonna make something wrong with that. But yeah, y'all take it easy.